The last episode of Star Trek Lower Decks had a visitor from the Federation News Network coming aboard the Cerritos and putting everybody on the absolute edge and resulting in the departure of our main character from the ship, Beckett Mariner, as she goes and pursues a life of archaeology as she feels extremely betrayed by the behavior of her shipmates, but most importantly, her mother, Captain Freeman. Whereas in the past, some season finales really rely on the cameo of a cool legacy character, today's season finale really just relies on everything that Lower Decks is about, especially the California class. With all that being said, hope your guys' spooky season is going well. Let's get right into it. Finale, another opportunity for me to bitch about Paramount Plus and how annoying it is for me as a content creator who reviews the content on the streaming platform, who's very passionate about the content. Why do you release 2 episodes at the same time? Give me 24 hours between the episodes. It just does not make any sense from a marketing or promotional standpoint. You want people to consume one of your episodes, give it a little time, we can consume another. Don't drop 2 episodes at the same time. That doesn't benefit anybody other than just fans who are really just way too excited to consume content and cannot wait 24 measly hours. It's almost a little bit annoying. And then second, you guys embarrass yourselves every 3 months by putting these Star Trek movies on the platform and then taking them off. Why are all of the Star Trek movies, which were produced by CBS and Paramount, why are they all on HBO Max? You guys are embarrassing yourselves. This is the 7th time I feel like I have made this complaint during a season finale, but you're gonna keep on getting it! Season 3, Episode 10 of Lower Decks, The Stars at Night. Yeah, this thing was called The Stars at Night, and it was called that because I read on Trek Movie that that's a reference to a song, and whether it be in the lyrics or the writer of the song, that is a reference to something that involves Texas. Our guess to the illusion that this episode would revolve highly around the new Texas-class ship that was introduced last episode. The Texas-class ship is a fully automated Starfleet ship that does not require a crew, and it was designed and is being tested and is being pushed by Admiral. If I struggled to say his name, I'm sorry, I'll probably mess it up a couple times. Admiral Amigo, by the way, is that Admiral who we have seen a handful of times in the season, who is kind of like a close friend to Captain Freeman. He's a very nice, cheerful dude, and there hasn't really been any red flag behavior until today, because Admiral Buenamigo crazily revealed as the major villain of this final episode. It was revealed that Admiral Buenamigo has set up the Cerritos in previous episodes and pitted them against the Breen, done all of those things on purpose to make his Texas-class ship look good, and at the start of the episode, he just proposes the plan to just decommission all of the California-class ships in general, because the Texas-class ship doesn't need people on it. It seemingly is superior, and then on top of that, Project Swing By, Captain Freeman's whole Swing By project that was supposed to make California-class ships more responsible, is just seeming like a total failure. At this little round table they're at on the star base, we get to see the back of Admiral Wong's head, and we got to see this in the preview before the episode came out, and I was really convinced that we were going to see some crazy cameo in the season finale like we have in previous ones, but I was really happy to see that they did not need to rely on that at all, and they actually made the season finale more so about Lower Decks and its own identity. And I almost really didn't believe that it kind of had one until I saw the end of the episode when all of the California class ships got together, and you get to see how many different California class ships and how many different crews we've experienced through these 3 seasons. Like, we have that one female captain, we have the one Tellarite captain, we have the one captain of the Carlsbad, and then we also have that parody ship, which is just like the Cerritos, except that all of the characters are a little bit warped and like gender bent. And that was just so amazing to see. Admiral Buenamigo has turned out to be kind of the villain pushing his automated Texas-class ships, who, funnily enough, by the way, is a parody and a huge reference to the M5 Daystrom computer. And, you know, I gotta give credit to one of my commenters, one of my most loyal commenters. You know who you are. Somebody actually guessed that the Texas class ship was going to reference or involve the M5, and the computer console that Admiral Amigo was feeding the commands into was totally just like the M5 unit. Yeah, so Amigo's the villain, and he's also just the mastermind behind the whole Rutherford mystery. That is the one thing that I will say is a little bit disappointing. The whole reveal for Admiral Amigo being the reason that Rutherford has the implant and all of this plot coming full circle, I guess it was a little bit less cool. Like, I really wanted it to be way more scandalous than that. I wanted it to involve Section 31. I wanted the plot to be better. I didn't just want it to be, oh, old shitty Rutherford created the code for the Texas class, and now Admiral Amigo has taken advantage of him by stealing his memories through the accident and putting the implant in. That was a little bit disappointing. My only criticism of the episode was that moment could have been a little bit better when Admiral Amigo was revealed as, like, you know, a no-faith admiral, that archetype in Star Trek where usually the good guys are the main cast and the captain and the ship, and then there's the old shitty admirals who are always coming in, are lying, and are up to no good. Something that was really cool is that at the beginning of the episode, the first half was centered around this little race between the Texas class and the Cerritos to see who could perform second contact duties better, and a couple of the planets were pretty cool references. Like, for one of them was just a reference to that one Deep Space Nine episode with the interphasic planet. Pretty sure that one's called Meridian. And then there was that other planet where Tendi had to take the time to look for sentient microscopic organisms, which is a reference to TNG's quality of life. So yeah, some pretty cool references right there. The Cerritos has to battle the Texas class ships because they murder Admiral Amigo and start going ham on an entire space station. So Captain Freeman, being the boss that she is, leads these ships away. The person who actually comes to their aid in the end is Beckett Mariner with all of the California class ships, and it was just beautiful to see them all. Their different colors, some of them had different designs. Kind of a really great wholesome moment seeing all the different California class ships, and kind of impressed to see how many different crews and different types of California class ships we've gotten to see in these 3 seasons, and seeing them all come and work together to beat up these automated ships which are coming to steal their jobs. Oh, this was actually a great season finale. I loved it a lot, and they did not need any crazy references, and I don't even think, unless maybe they did some after credits scene, they revisited like the Boimler clone in the Section 31 stuff, so we definitely have that to explore. Another reference that I would definitely like to make mention of is the fact that Mariner was looking through, I believe her name was Petra, the archaeologist lady who's supposed to be like a Vosh archetype. She was going through her computer because she was intentionally looking for a reason to go back to the Cerritos crew, because even though all of this stuff went down last episode, it's getting to the point in Lower Decks where if there's an event that happens that kind of is meant to stir the pot a little, it's less than a whole episode later to the point where it is repaired. We did not expect Mariner to be away from the Cerritos for more than an episode. Like, that's just not how Lower Decks works. But yeah, no, Petra's computer revealed that her archaeologist gallivanting through the galaxy is actually being funded by Admiral Picard, which is interesting to think about. Like, does Admiral Picard have, like, money and resources in Latinum to do that? There is no money in Star Trek, but we know as Star Trek fans that that's, like, literally not true. I definitely feel like Captain Kirk has a much nicer house and much nicer things than some dude who delivers space mail. Gonna be honest there. Also, Shax got to release the warp core this episode with help and suggestion from Boimler, and that was also a great moment, and I love to see that. But yeah, this was a great season finale. I enjoyed it. I really love Lower Decks. It's a great addition to the Star Trek universe, and I'm, gonna say this probably for the millionth time now, but but I just don't think even the crusty, cranky Star Trek fans who kind of hate everything, even they don't have the time or energy to hate on Lower Decks, because, I mean, if you don't like it, I feel like they just don't watch it, because it's a damn cartoon. I'm gonna give this season finale just a straight 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go actually to an 8.5. That scene with all the California class ships at the end was really wholesome. It made my heart, like, grow 3 sizes more. But with all that being said, like I mentioned before, I hope your guys' spooky season is going well. I hope your autumn and fall is beautiful and the weather is not too chilly yet. I don't know if you guys noticed my dope-ass Vikings jumper. I got this thing off eBay about a week ago. If any of you follow American football, the Northern Conference is looking mad cozy right now. For Minnesota, we are 5-1, and I cannot be more happy about that. I'm actually going to go see the Vikings for my birthday in December. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. If you're enjoying any of the content on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe once we get to 10K subscribers. I'm going to dress up in cosplay as a Star Trek alien and go out in public and film myself. If you have anything that you would like to share with me, leave it down in the comments below. I read every comment. They're my favorite thing about this platform. If you'd like to discuss anything that we discuss here on the channel, be sure to join my Discord. The link is in the bottom of every video. Hope you guys have a good one. Live long and prosper.